What's up, Federal Way? So it is Saturday. We made it through week 2. And one of the things I've been thinking about this week is we haven't done a lot of stuff that's really upper body centric yet. We've done some pressing, some other things like that, some thrusters, but it's been a lot of low body. So today's Saturday workout's gonna be pretty much all upper body. So today I did program dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, you only need one. If you don't have dumbbells, things I was thinking about, gallon jugs of water can totally work for this workout in that place. It totally works to do all the same movements. They weigh about 8 pounds. They're not the heaviest thing in the world, but at least it's some sort of external load. But we've loaned out most of the gym's dumbbells, so a lot of you should have some equipment at this point. Yeah, get creative with it, guys, or use, you could potentially use a backpack, but I don't think it would work very well for this one. So do the best you can with what you got. And if anybody needs an alternative to this because they don't have equipment, text me, call me, I'll send you something. So let's talk a little bit about what we're getting into. We're going to start off with 10 alternating dumbbell snatches, 10 push presses with the same dumbbell on your right side, 10 push press on the left side, 5 push jerks on the right side, and 5 push jerks on the left side. We are doing that for 5 rounds. So 5 rounds total of all that upper body stuff. As long as you can hang on to that dumbbell, you're gonna be able to cycle things a lot faster. So consider that when you're looking at loading or anything else like that, or when your grip gets tired and shoulders get spicy, you don't have that big a set before you switch sides. That other side's gonna get a little bit of a chance to rest when you're alternating sides there. So either way, this is gonna get really grippy and this is gonna blow up shoulders for sure. When we're done with those 5 rounds, we have a cash out. Now, this will be interesting. For those of us who have these, we're probably gonna find a place where we can do this pretty easy. But our cash out is gonna be 150 feet of handstand walking. Now, if I don't have a handstand walk, a bear crawl is a really great substitute for that. So you're just gonna have to figure out what 150 foot distance is, whether that's in your garage or outside or on a track or anything else like that, depending on where you're working out, or just in your neighborhood. You can be that crazy person doing handstand walks down the middle of the street. There's no one out, we're all in quarantine, so it's okay to look a little crazy when everyone's stuck inside. Like, you might brighten someone's day if they see their neighbor handstand walking across the road. So anyway, 150 foot handstand walk, or a good substitute again being a bear crawl. Yes, bear crawl, that is going to go a lot faster for 150 feet than for handstand walking, but that is okay. Our score today is total time it takes to get through all 5 rounds and then through that handstand walk or bear crawl. But again, this is really upper body centric. We're giving our low body a chance to rest because we've done a lot of low body work and squats and things like that. So should be a good time. Let's talk a little bit about standards with the dumbbell. So I've got a 50-pound dumbbell here. It's kind of sad if anybody ever asks why not to drop a dumbbell. You can see how bent this thing is. But we're going to start off with those dumbbell snatches. So the snatches are going to start on the floor. Both heads of the dumbbell have to be on the ground. I'm going to bring it all the way up to overhead. And then I can alternate by either bringing the dumbbell down to the ground and switching hands and going to my next side, or I can switch on the way down. So once I lock out, as I'm coming down, I want to think about getting the dumbbell to about eye level before I change hands. That way I'm not dropping it over my head and potentially dropping something heavy on my head, because that'd be a bad day. So as I'm coming down, I'm going to switch hands, and that'll increase my cycle rate with my dumbbell and make those snatches go just a little bit faster. Now, once I finish the snatches, I'm going straight into 10 push press on the right side. So I've got that dumbbell up on my shoulder. I'm gonna dip and drive with my legs and finish in that lockout position. So I can cycle these by coming right back into my dip, and it is not a jerk, so my legs only bend once. Now, the next thing, once I finish between those two on both sides, is gonna be a push jerk. So same start position, but this time I'm gonna rebend my knees. So rebend my knees and get back under and stand it back up. And that's pretty much what we're getting into. A little bit about a handstand walking. If I have it, then I'm gonna know that I have it. If I don't, over concrete or anything else like that's probably not the best place to practice kicking up and walking on your hands, because I don't want anyone falling and hurting themselves. But wherever I start, I need to make sure that both of my hands cross the threshold of wherever that 150-foot line is. You can break this up however you want to. Obviously, it's just a completion. But when I'm looking for balance, I'm looking to lead with my feet. So you will see that people, when they're doing a handstand walk, tend to be a little bit hyperextended in their back. You're going to get a little bit of that naturally. It's not a true straight up and down position like a static handstand for most athletes, because we need to have that momentum going forward. So it's not completely relaxed and just allowing my back to go wherever. I want to make sure that I'm tight in my midline. That way I'm still stabilized here and then able to walk. So let's just say that this pink kettlebell is the finish line of my 150-foot walk. If I'm walking on my hands, again, I'm making sure both of my hands cross that threshold before my feet come down. So I'll just try to demonstrate here. If I'm walking forward, both my hands have to cross before my feet come down. If I'm really tired, which after all that shoulder work and then kicking upside down, if I go to cross the finish line and my foot comes down but one hand crossed and one hand didn't, that doesn't count. You have to go back, kick back over, make sure you cross it the right way. So, again, handstand walks or bear crawls. If I'm doing bear crawls, I really want to focus on my hips are higher than my shoulders, and I'm really thinking about leaning forward into my hands and trying to put as much weight into my hands as I can, and then just crawling on all fours for that 150 feet. So that's pretty much what we got going. I personally think this one's going to be fun. This is going to be probably one of those sneaky, deceptive workouts, because by the time you get to round 3 of all of this, shoulders are going to be screaming at you. So be ready for that. Should be a good time. Yeah, end of week 2. Proud of you guys. Let's get after it.